Hi friends, Travis here, and I'm with Carlos, and Mika's down here on his lap, so the whole gang is here. Callie's next to me, so we know it's going to be a good video. In today's video, we're going to talk about our likes, our dislikes, and give some overall thoughts on our recent cruise on Royal Caribbean's Voyager of the Seas. This was only a couple of months ago, so it's still pretty fresh in our mind. We reviewed our notes, we're ready to go, we're ready to talk about that experience, and yeah, so without any further delay, let's go ahead and move right on into the video. As per our usual format for these kinds of videos on the channel, we always start with the dislikes, get the negative out of the way so we can end on a more positive note. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is for the first time since we've been cruising, having a drink package actually didn't work in our favor. We had a hard time meeting the goals on this sailing for whatever reason, so we really didn't feel like we saved a whole lot of money doing it. And then the other thing is that when we would get off at the various ports, we didn't have any excursions booked or anything. We just wanted to explore the immediate cruise port area and get some food and whatever at the ports, but they had some great little bars and, you know, little spots that we thought would be really great to go to. But then it's like, well, why buy a drink here if we can just get back on board the ship and, you know, go get drinks that we've already paid for with the package? So I don't know, it's kind of a balance for me. I think when I travel with Carlos in the future, we probably won't do drink packages. He just doesn't drink enough. I keep having to like put a funnel in his mouth and pour drinks down his throat to meet his minimum. And that's not really a good thing to be stressing about. I definitely drink enough. I even pick up the slack most of the time. But yeah, I think for this sailing and for us, you know, as a couple moving forward, it makes more sense for us to, you know, just bring our own bottles of wine and pay per drink, you know, so yeah.
Okay, so the second thing that I guess we didn't like about this cruise was that the itinerary, like the activities itinerary, kept changing a lot. You literally had to be checking it. Like you would log in and you would think it would stay the same throughout the day, but no, they would kept changing events.
He's talking about activities in the app.
Yeah.
We didn't have a sail away party at all for some reason, but it would be showing like a trivia or an activity at a certain time in a certain bar, and then we go back a little bit later and it would be gone or it would be moved to a different location. The piano, we went to go to the piano bar a couple of times, you know, like a schooner or whatever, and the piano player just for whatever reason didn't show up, and it would say in the schedule like piano from this time to this time. And so they were maybe having issues with personnel or something, I don't know, but yeah, and it was very hard to keep up with the schedule. And I don't know, the people who did the paper programs were probably all lost. I don't know how, you know, because at least the app will update for the most part. Sometimes it didn't. And then we were sitting in a venue like, what's happening? Why is no one here? So yeah, that was kind of frustrating and not something that we've seen very often before.
Especially not on Royal.
Yeah, Royal's usually on point with that sort of thing. And for whatever reason, it was extra glitchy this time. So yeah. And for our last dislike, I don't know why this is or what this is, but this is kind of a Royal thing. We never seem to make friends when we're on Royal, and we've been on several Royal cruises. I think this is probably number 8 or 9 for me, and this is like your third, maybe.
My third one.
And I've been with different people. I've been by myself. We'll make friends on board, or we'll talk to people on board, but then that doesn't ever go anywhere. Like on other cruise lines, like from our very first cruise on MSC Meraviglia, we still are talking. Like I've got Larry and Minetta both on Snapchat still, and you know, social media, etc. So like it's very weird to me that I've looked back, like my first Freedom of the Seas with Heather, like we didn't make friends. There was a couple, this very nice couple that we chatted with and stuff and hung out with on board, but then once it ended, that was it.
Who knows?
I think I did make friends with a girl, Daisy, and I follow her Twitch channel on Adventure of the Seas last year. But otherwise, yeah, like, I don't know what it is. We don't have a bad time. It's fine. But then we don't walk away with, you know, new friends to contact later. So it's interesting. I don't know if that's on us. Just a coincidence that it's Royal and that's on us. But yeah, that's what's happening. All right, enough of the negative stuff. We actually really had a hard time coming up with that list. This cruise was just very normal. Like there was not a lot of bad, and I guess not a lot of good either. Just very normal. So that's
Which is good.
Yeah, I mean, I think Yeah, that's a good problem to have, not be able to come up with stuff to talk about in a video like this. But we do have 3 likes that we'll go over, and Carlos is going to tell you about...
The first one, it's the pizza. I think Royal has the best pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go get it it's not 24/7.
But until like 2 or 3 in the morning, all day long.
But you can go get it. You can take
They swap out the flavor, the toppings
they'll
each
have
day.
Pepperoni, they'll have a veggie, they'll have a meaty, they'll have all like specialty ones. So I think Royal has the best pizza.
And it's right there in Cafe Promenade, so you also have access to sandwiches and salads and desserts and stuff right there in that same spot. So yeah, we ate lunch and went for snacks in there quite a few times. I think that Royal's Pizza is the most American, other ships, it's like more like that, like authentic Italian kind of vibe, like definitely MSC. Their pizza's good, but in a different way. But I think we both agree that Royal's our favorite.
The second is this ship had a Starbucks bar, so we were able to get teas and coffees and any specialty drinks that we wanted.
Yeah, so that's a good thing about having a drink package, is all of that stuff is included. The only thing, the reason why we bring this up specifically Starbucks, is that on other Royal ships, like the Oasis class ships and stuff, Starbucks is separate and you have to pay extra. But at Cafe Promenade, right next to the pizza, they had the coffee shop there and they served Starbucks like products and stuff, and that was all included with your drink package, which I thought was pretty cool.
And the last, likes is that now that we live in San Antonio, driving to the Galveston port is really easy. It only takes like 2 hours to get there, and
it's like 3 hours and change. Yeah,
it flew by. It's really close by.
But it's convenient to have a home port, so to speak.
You just drive there. You save money on the flights and stuff. So you just drive there. It was easy to get on, easy to get off. You just go to your car, get on, and
there's not as many logistical things you have to worry about, like
TSA,
booking flights, and we stay in a hotel the night before, but then they also hold our car for parking, so that's super convenient. We still book a hotel. It's really convenient to go up there the night before, leave the car, take the shuttle over, all of that, versus going to Florida or something where we have to figure out like flights and Ubers and hotels and shuttle services and extra stuff on top of the cost of the cruise, and whether or not we're going to be delayed or miss our flight on the back end and stuff like that. It's very nice to just get off the ship, have your car waiting for you, drive home. Very convenient, and I'm glad we moved over here, at the very least for that reason. So and we'll close things out with some overall thoughts. Like I said, this cruise was very normal. We had a good time. When we were recalling the list of pros and cons, we struggled to come up with stuff in either category. The food was fine. We got sat at the restaurant with people that were cool. We enjoyed the buffet. We didn't do any specialty dining this time, but there was no need for that because all the food was fine. What else? Entertainment, I said a little bit weird with the schedule changes and things, but we did go to a theater show. We did go to the Studio B for the ice show. Really enjoyed those things. Did some, activities around the ship like trivia. There was a Harry Potter trivia day that we were failures that were not like huge fans, but there were some diehards in there that day. It was real serious. And we chatted with the bartender. Can't remember his name either, but he was from Brazil, and his wife also worked on board. I met her as well. And he was like, what? You don't know that answer? Because I guess he was a Harry Potter fan, so it was super funny. So overall, good cruise. I would definitely do it again. The ports were fine. It was good that we got like sea days and ports, like nothing. It wasn't like a big long span of sea days in a row or, whatever. We did do all the ports in a row, but something's happening with the lighting outside. I guess we got a little overcasty all of a sudden.
Which is good because it's super hot.
But anyway, so what are your overall thoughts, Carlos?
Like I said, there wasn't pretty much any issues. I mean, at least I didn't think so. It was like a normal sailing. So overall,
embarkation was smooth. They let us on early by like 2 hours.
Getting on was good. Getting off was good. No issues. We took in our wine bottles. No issues. Pretty easy. Everything was pretty good.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's a testament to like the Port of Galveston or Royal or the crew on Voyager. I guess all of the above. But yeah, very smooth sailing overall. So yeah. If you're preparing for a trip on Voyager of the Seas, or if you're going out of Galveston on another ship or whatever, you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. We'll do our best to answer those questions, start up those discussions. If you're an expert on Galveston or an expert on Voyager of the Seas and you want to chime in, say hi, what are you up to, etc. You're still here for some reason this far in the video. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, so I guess that's it. I want to thank you all so much for traveling with us. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a good night.
Bye, guys.